Hello, guys and dolls, and new subscribers, and all of my friends and family. It's good to see you. So, I went out to eat with a friend today and took my doggy, and he was so excited to get out and about. He was just like, let's go. Why are we still sitting here? So, yeah, he's a mess. He's Mr. Bossy. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go over a few of my pet peeves. Things that really trigger me, okay? All right, don't do anything weird. You got me? All right. So, let's get started. Know-it-alls. Oh, I cannot handle know-it-alls, okay? This is why I don't have children, because they think that they are smarter than all adults. Adults are idiots and they are geniuses. Um that's just the nature of a kid. You're an idiot and let me teach you the ways of life. And it's like I could not handle that. I will knock you to the moon. So it's best that I don't have children. Somebody said on Instagram something about, I don't know what it is about kids that they have to correct you. Like if you say it's 9 o'clock, they say, well, actually it's 9:01. She said, but I'm not with it. Yeah, that would drive me insane. That would drive me insane. But anyway, people that are know-it-alls. Adults that know everything. Especially people that are younger, 20s in particular. Well, the kid actually they don't seem to outgrow that until they're in their 20s. And then even in their 20s, they're like, you're old school, what do you know? And it's just like weird. You've only been in the world for like a minute. Okay? How are you an expert on life? It don't make sense. But anyway, jealousy. I don't tolerate that in relationships at all. One guy who I ended up getting rid of because he's really not right in the head. He's just not. Uh, he never showed jealousy before, and so we went to a restaurant. This individual that I was seeing, and this guy, when we walked in, he was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I said, "Fine, how are you?" We sat at the table, and the person, you know, whatever his name is, uh, he goes, "I don't play that." "You don't play what?" "What was that all about? He's all up in your face." I said, "Oh, he probably works here." And I didn't think nothing of it. Well, then he found out the guy was the manager. So he felt a little bit stupid at that point. He didn't say another word. Yeah. I don't like people who are controlling, people who are mentally disordered, borderline personality, narcissistic, manic depressive, whatever. There's always seems to be an element of control. Even if they don't, I'm so itchy and I don't know why. Even if they don't have a disorder, that desire to control is very strong. And I'm not your child. I'm just not. I am an adult. So if you cannot handle being with an adult, you need to get an adult pregnant and tell your child what to do, because I'm not going to have it. I'm just not. People irresponsible. People irresponsible in reference to their own mental health. Everyone is just supposed to deal with their sickness. That's pretty self-explanatory. I'm mentally ill if the person is, so deal with it. I'm not changing for anybody, and I'm not going to counseling. Let me know how that works for you. People who know damn well that they are not equipped to handle a relationship, but they keep getting into one. You know you're a player, stop playing. Or be honest with the person and say, hey, I gotta be honest with you, I can't commit to shit. I'm just gonna let you know. I can't. I'm a non-committal. So, you know, Either we roll with a little bit of fun between the sheets or we don't. But, I'm not. I just can't commit. That's just not who I am. If more people would admit to that, the world would be a better place. Unfaithful partners, that goes back to what I just said. If you cannot be faithful and you cannot commit, be honest and tell the person you can't commit to shit. Be honest. And if they still get involved with you, that's on them. Partner. Partners who don't protect their partner pisses me off, and you're going to get one time. You're going to get one opportunity to not protect me when I need you. We're done. There better be a legitimate excuse. Like you were stuck in an elevator, the elevator froze, and you and your coworkers were stuck in there for hours. So you could not rescue me from whatever was going on. When an alligator attacked me or tried to come after me, you couldn't be there for me. I'm being ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying. There needs to be a legit reason. Or you passed out. You took some medication. It made you pass out, and I was thrown to the wolves because you were knocked unconscious. It better be a goddamn legitimate reason why you're not protecting me. I expect you to. If you say you're a man, I expect you to be a man. Okay? People who are so attached to their mental... Oh, damn, I'm on it. People who are so attached to their mental illness that they defend it and flat out refuse to get help with unlimited excuses as to why. I believe being sick is so ingrained in who they are that it becomes their identity, and getting help will threaten the loss of that identity. Okay? Pathological liars. Self-explanatory. Delusional liars with grand stories about their affiliation with the mafia, for example. That's hippies lying ass bullshit. If anybody is in the mafia and you want to talk to me, I'll give you his first and last name. And you can tell me if you know who this is, because I guarantee you don't know who this is because he's lying. Hippie was, affiliated with the mafia. He had a kid that died, and he supposedly got this girl pregnant who was 13 years old, and she was with the mafia. Let me explain something to you, and I could be wrong, but let me explain something to you. If you knocked up a 13-year-old kid who's affiliated with the mafia, I am pretty sure that you would be at the bottom of a cement company's, wherever they dump concrete. I'm pretty sure your ass would be at the bottom. I don't give a shit how long you've known them. You're not going to impregnate one of their daughters. 13? And they're going to be like, good job, shake your hand and throw you guys a party. Come on, it's fucking bullshit. But that's the lie he ran with. He also claimed that they were going to buy them a $300,000 home so that him and the 13-year-old, which is also illegal, and whatever, we're going to buy you a $300,000 home since you knocked up my 13-year-old, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. You made her a woman. So proud. No, motherfucker, you'd be buried under cement. Okay? I don't give a shit what... We'll talk about delusions in a second. Okay, another one. People who have zero empathy / concern for others. I can't handle that. Okay? Watch their lack of facial expression when they are told tragic or sad things by others. They will either be expressionless or they will have phony empathy. When a person, and we're going back to hippie because he's a class study. I'm not kidding. If you look in the DSM, you'll probably see his picture. I watched his lack of facial expressions when somebody from his church got into a car. Him and his wife got into a car accident, and it was very scary. I mean, the guy was almost at the point of tears when he was talking about it to hippie. Hippie just stood there like this. Zero facial expression. That is abnormal. I don't expect you to get hysterical and go, oh! I mean, I don't expect you to get theatrical, but I expect you to have some feelings about it. Like, What? Oh my God, are you okay? Did you guys have to go to the hospital? What happened? I expect you to give a shit. I don't expect you to stand there like a motherfucking corpse, like a dead person. Okay? I don't expect that. People like that, who have no facial expression and no empathy and they're dead inside, they know something is wrong with them. But he blamed it on, again, the mafia. Because when he was 13 years old, the mafia took him under his wing and taught him how to have no emotions. I mean, it's making me tired. Honestly, it's making me tired. Everybody who heard his sob stories in the group, everybody knows he's a liar. The women that he has slithered over to and taken advantage of in the group, they know he's lying. They basically know the mafia story is a bunch of bullshit. Now, here's the thing, and we're going to kick his little cockroach ass to the curb right now. But people who are mentally ill, people who are narcissistic in particular, or sociopathic or psychopathic for that matter, they don't have any emotions when it comes to you. It ain't got a freaking thing to do with the goddamn mafia. And your parents let you run the streets all hours to be infiltrated by the mafia. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's just the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my life. But you let the person just tell their tall tales and let them run with whatever bullshit they want to run with. But then when you talk to other people, they're like, oh yeah, that's bullshit he told me too. So, you know. But yeah, you should have some kind of emotion when someone tells you something awful. I don't expect you to throw yourself on the floor and cry. I don't expect you to get theatrical, like I said, but I expect you to have some goddamn emotions about it. Okay? Ugh. So his excuse and his reason was because the mafia got a hold of him and trained him, you know, to have no emotions. That's a bunch of bullshit. My ex-friend, I call her Sybil because she had multiple personality disorder, which is called dissociative identity disorder nowadays, used to be called multiple personality disorder. In addition to dissociative identity, she has no idea who she is or anything. She's got body dysmorphia. She's got Munchausen, not to be confused with Munchausen by proxy. They're two completely different things. Munchausen is faking an illness for attention. Women do that a lot. A lot, a lot. And when the law catches up to them and says, you remember all that money you caught because, you know, not caught, but money that you collected because you were dying of cancer and you shaved your head and you went on a massive diet so you look like you were dying of cancer. Yeah, we found out that that's a lie, so you are being arrested for fraud. And I really like that because it's high time what you're doing, the dirt that you're doing, catch up to you. Bye-bye, you're going to jail. Bye-bye. I think that's awesome. I think that's fantastic. It's, you know, and one thing, and, you know, and I'm going to kind of go there, okay? Another thing that narcs in particular do not count on is when they abuse their partner and their partner goes ballistic on them. They never counted on that. They expect you to roll over and play dead. I'm not going to give you anything you want because what you want is irrelevant. Do they say that? Not necessarily. Do they make that clear through their behavior? Most definitely. So when you're messing with me, and I'm not trying to be Billy Badass, I'm just keeping it real. When you're messing with me, I'm going to eventually go psycho ballistic on you, and you're going to think, holy crap, did she escape the loony bin or something, or the psych ward, because holy shit, she's like enraged right now. They don't anticipate that. They expect everyone to just be a rollover. Okay, well, my needs are never met. It's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And I'm going to lose it on you eventually. Not immediately, but I'm eventually going to go crazy because I have PTSD and abuse triggers my PTSD. And you deserve every bit of that lashing that you get because somebody that you're going to toy with is going to get tired of you. Okay? And for some women, they go physically violent because they're tired of you putting your hands on them. I know I was looking at a criminal book, and I'm not a violent person, but I was tempted to severely hurt someone that I was involved with before, because people think if you're nice, you're a sucker. I am not a sucker. I am going to be the meanest person you have ever dealt with in a relationship because you pushed me to that point. And by that point, you have earned it. My friends don't get that. You know why? Because my friends aren't hateful. They don't lie to me. They don't lie, cheat, steal, make up fake stories about I was with the mafia and I had a kid that died and the mother died and it's all lies. It's fucking lies. He's full of shit. Okay, he copied he cut out an article in a newspaper and made concocted a story to match what's in the newspaper. Anybody could do that. But some people are going to be driven to the physically violent page, and see, narcs don't think that that's ever going to happen. I'm going to be king or queen, because women are narcs too. I'm going to be the king or queen of the castle, and everybody's going to roll over. That's it. Everybody's just going to have to roll over. Oh yeah? Uh-huh. Okay. When you meet your match, which is who I am, I'm your match. When you meet someone like me who's not going to take your shit no more, and I rip you up verbally, one side to the other, and I don't give a shit if you cry. I don't care if you cry so hard that blood comes out of your eyes. I don't care. When you push me to that point, you deserve everything you get. And I remember looking in a criminal documentary. No, wait. It was a CJ book, criminal justice book, okay? And I talked to a police officer who was taking classes, and he showed me the book, and he said, "You sure you want to see that? Because it's got graphic things in it." I said, "I'm used to that. That don't bother me. I've seen autopsies, so I'm good." So he showed me, I was looking through the book. I saw the weirdest thing. I saw a guy who he had been beating up his wife, beating her up for we don't even know how many years. And then finally she snapped. Should she have left him? Of course. But she didn't, for whatever reason. And he was coming after her with a knife. And he had his arm up in the air with the knife in his hand. She shot him dead. He fell to his knees with his arm. He was literally dead with his arm up in the air with the knife in his hand. Dead. Frozen like that, because he died instantly and his body just froze in that position, which is one of the strangest things I've seen. But when I see what a person has put you through, well, of course they flipped. What did you expect was going to happen? I don't encourage violence, so please don't misunderstand me. I'm not encouraging violence. I'm not encouraging you to turn into a rattlesnake and attack your partner verbally or otherwise, but some people push and push and push and push, and they mess with your mind, and they manipulate you mentally, and they're passive aggressive on purpose, and they just push you to the crazy page. And that's where the term reactive abuse comes in. I don't think it should be called reactive abuse, because it's not abuse. To me, it's not abuse. It's what you deserve because you kept pushing and you wouldn't stop. Now, the better thing to do is, once you realize a pattern of this person treating you really bad and disrespecting and passive aggressive and lying, cheating. Your needs are irrelevant. I didn't pick up your medication because I just didn't feel like going to the pharmacy. Now, that might be your heart medication. But if you're dealing with a narc, they're not going to pick up the meds because they didn't freaking feel like it. Okay? You need your heart meds? Well, I didn't feel like going to the pharmacy, so I guess you're going to have to be without it till tomorrow. They push people to where they lose it. And then they sit there and act like, "Oh my God, you're crazy." No, they're not crazy. But what did you expect? Look in the mirror. Look at yourself very closely in the mirror. What did you expect was going to happen when you keep aggravating the shit out of somebody? What did you think was going to happen? They're either going to flip out on your ass, or you're going to come home to an empty house. Okay? I know one lady that left her husband, and she even took the light bulbs out of the sockets. That's how barren the house was, because she was up to here with it. You push people too far, and then they go too far. So y'all have to start recognizing signs of people being whack, and you have to get the hell away from them. I don't want you with them for 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I don't want you with that person for that long because that takes a toll on your health, your mental health, your physical health. I've said that a million times. Y'all know this. And it's better than, like a cat does. It's better than doing that. But even the nicest person is going to eventually go off. And narcs don't anticipate that. They really don't. They just don't get it. And they're kind of shocked when it happens. And when I would go off on Sybil because she was nuts, and that's not a real name, that's what I call her, Sybil, she would turn into the little girl personality. I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but it's a little kid personality. And I said, you do this shit all the time. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. I am not kidding. That was the little kid personality. Over time, I started to recognize the different alters, which is what different personalities they have inside them. They could be a female and they could have a male alter. One of her alters is a bully, aggressive, mouthy bully. But when you verbally push her against the wall, she turns into the little kid. And you're like, wow. I wished, and this would be evil, but I mean, what did you expect? Again, what did you expect? I wish I had taken out a mirror when she went through all these different personalities. I wish I would have took out a mirror and said, who's that? Who the hell is that? Of course, that would make her, I don't know, flip out even worse, or maybe the little kid would come out. I don't really know, but it's just creepy and weird. Now I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to let you guys go. I'm not kidding. I swear on 10,000 stacks of Bibles, this is what happened. I didn't know what was going on at the time. We were going down the road, and she was chasing after this guy that was married. So we took a road trip, and I said, are you sure you want to do this? And she, whatever. And it was just a mess. She said that he was planning to leave his wife and everything, and found out later that all was a lie. Okay, she had met this guy online. He's married. Blah 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 blah. So she drove. She's got chronic pain like I do, and she drove 8 hours to go see him. And it freaked him out because he started saying, I'm probably not going to be able to see you because I'm going to be busy working and I'm working a lot of hours and blah, 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 because he panicked. He expected it to be sexy talk. We talk sexy on the phone. We talk sexy on the computer. That's it. I don't expect you to hop in your car and come all the way here where I'm with my wife and family, or when he doesn't have family, his child passed away, but regardless. So she wanted me to text him and on her phone and say, we're such and such away, whatever. This is the town we're in or whatever. And so I did. And everything was going well until she snapped on me. And I made sure that I talked to her before I texted whatever it was. And when I did it, she still snapped. Well, what'd you say that to him for? You told me to? We were just having a normal conversation, and that was the natural progression of the conversation. I said, never mind. I'm not going to say anything else to him. No. You can text him. No, I'm not saying anything else to him. I'm done. You can tell him whatever you want him to know. Oh my God. It was just really bizarre. So I'm going to tell you this, and I don't tell people this because it's creepy as hell. We were going down the highway. She's driving. Again, I didn't know what was happening. I saw an altar come out. I'm sitting on the passenger side. She's on the driver's side. It looked like the bully came out of her face, looked around, and went back in. And the reason I say that, I'm not kidding. I'm serious. I'm serious. And no, I don't do drugs or drink. I saw this with my own eyes. And people say it's not demonic. The fuck it ain't. So it was almost like you could see an image come out, look around, and go back in. Because her face got contorted. And I sensed that altar came out. When the altar went back in, her face went back to normal. I am not kidding. I'm not kidding. People think it's not demonic in nature. It is. I don't give a shit what studies have said. I don't give a shit what anybody says. And somebody who's deranged, i.e. narcissist, They will tell you, well, studies have shown that it's not demonic. I don't give a shit what studies have shown. I've seen it with my own eyes. Okay? One thing that eyes don't do, unlike people, eyes don't lie. That's why when cops are, investigating a scene, they rely on camera surveillance. Camera surveillance, because the camera is the eye, and the eyes don't lie. The eyes know what they saw. Okay? I asked a friend of mine who, well, he is a pastor. I don't know if he still is, but he was a pastor. And I said, Rick, let me ask you something. He goes, okay, because my ex-fiance was demonic also. He was a narcissist, and he was as hateful as the day's long. And I remember we had another fight as usual because he thinks he owns the world, and I'm not going to put up with that. And all I saw was the predominantly whites of his eyes. His whole face was distorted. And I felt like he was, that he had a demon in him. So I said, Rick, he goes, yeah. I said, do you believe that demons can take over people? Yes. He said, I've had to go to people's houses and excise demons from them. I said, are you serious? He goes, yeah. So anybody who doesn't believe in it, you're full of it. You better study and you better learn, because I'm here to tell you, it happens. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I got it confirmed from a minister. So don't you can live in this little fantasy world if you want to, and narcissists live in a fantasy world where they can always find data that lines up with what they want you to believe, and I don't give a shit about that data. I believe in what I saw with my own eyes and evidence. I've talked to another guy who said I think he was seeing someone who he believes that she was demonically possessed as well, and she ripped the Bible in half. She ripped the Bible in half. And I was so stunned. They have superhuman strength too. It's just wild. It's just completely wild. It's wild. Let me see what's on here. Okay. One more thing. I think I'm just going to keep it real. And I usually don't say this, but I'm going to go there. I think that a lot of people are inherently bad. Not everybody. Chill, baby, chill. But I think there's a lot of bad people in the world, a lot, and it's getting worse. Y'all know that by looking at the news. I'm not making this up. And I think some people automatically dislike me because they can sense that I'm good, that I'm a decent person, and that I have a big heart. And that automatically makes me hated. That automatically makes me hated. I was hanging with a group of people at one point, and they are very backstabby, very not nice people. And they didn't like me, and I was pushed out of their clique. And I think that's the reason why. And a very good friend of mine, who I'm not going to say who it is, but this person told me, people like to hang with people like them. So if you're not like them and they sense that, you'll be kicked to the curb. So basically that's a compliment. Because I don't want to be a rattlesnake in order to be part of your clique. I don't need to be part of a clique. I'm good. I'm not insecure where I have to have a connection with a clique or a group or whatever. I don't need that to be happy. I'm happy by myself. So I'm good. Just saying. So anyway, I wasn't even planning to go there, but it needed to be said. And there's a difference between a demonic force and somebody who goes psychoballistic because they've had enough of your shit. A squirrel is cute. Back his ass into a corner and see what happens. I did it when I was a kid. I'm going to let you guys go. But I did it when I was a kid. I backed him into a corner with my bike because I was having an evil moment because I was a kid and doing something dumb. I backed him into a corner and I heard a sound come out of him that I didn't even know squirrels could make that sound. He was going to light me up. So he's cute and fluffy. Push him too far and see what happens. And people are the same way. Push them too far. Watch what happens. Get your popcorn. Watch what happens. Narcissists and sickos do not anticipate you flipping out. They don't. But anyway, y'all take care. Much love. Mama loves every single one of y'all. Take care now. Bye.